by Manu 10001, or on YouTube as black suit red tie. I hope you guys are well. So I was playing a game against a gentleman, I think he's French. His name's Cisse6497, and he was playing Borussia Dortmund. Of course, me naturally, I'm playing with my Barcelona. This was a really good game. But before I go into it, I typically show you the match facts, so you can get a feel of how the game went. It was end-to-end stuff all the way through. Final score 5-2 to myself. I've had 10 shots on target. He's had 7. No, sorry. I've had 10 shots and 7. He's had 7 on shots, and I've had 7 on target and 5 on target respectively. The possession was 50-50 all the way through. Very hard tackling, very high number. Of course, naturally, with high tackling, you've got skill games where you're going to foul. So I did foul a bit. He's fouled once. One offside each and one corner each, which was a really good accuracy. But the reason I've been fouling this game was because the intensity on both sides. I mean, he was winning 2-0 initially, and then I came back to win at 5-2. So 70% accuracy on shooting, which was equal. My passing was a bit better than his, just a tiny bit. But ultimately, I had to come back on top. So I'll walk you through exactly the match highlights as it was. The beginning, literally the first minute of the game, Cisse was pretty much piling the pressure on, using Aubameyang and all these strong players to hold the ball up. And I slipped here. If you can see Pierre, one of my defenders tried to tackle Aubameyang, and Aubameyang just exploited the gap and just scored the first goal. It really shocked me. Nobody's ever scored against me in the first 4 minutes of a game. Then for it to get even more tense, he did some really intricate passing between himself, so between Aubameyang and Kagawa, and you could see that amazing passing, just finding the little gaps and nooks and crannies, and that's what you want to do when you keep the ball on the ground. No crossing, there's no need for wing backs or wingers. It's purely on the ground, everything's passing. You just open the team up, your opposition, and he did that. And I was just infuriated. I'd never been 2-0 down within the first 17 minutes of the game. So Iniesta came back, and it was really good timing. He kept defending. When he defended, he actually panicked, and he would do silly mistakes like this and just give the ball away. I mean, he could have passed it back to his keeper and held possession from this point. There was no reason for him to, to lose possession, but he just panicked, and because he saw Suarez next to him, and he panicked, and that's a sign of a bit of weakness. I exploited that. And I saw Neymar running, I saw Suarez running, and I thought, forget it, just shoot. And my God, Iniesta pulled out like a shot of the century. This is the goal of the season, literally, out of nowhere. You can see that the shot was amazing. Left foot, lobbed his keeper. The keeper didn't even have a chance. It was a brilliant goal. So it was 1-0. Literally within 20 minutes later, he did something. Again, you see what I told you about mistakes sometimes. He panicked and he pushed it out. You have to be patient. You literally have to be patient. He pushed it out. And of course, naturally, my wing backs, Alba was up front. And I can trust that Alba's going to get back quicker than Aubameyang or Dembele. So Neymar picked the ball up after a header. And I used Iniesta again. He landed in his feet, and he's got the best, curl. He's got the best technique I see on the pitch, and just put it into the top corner, away from the keeper. What a great equaliser! So it's 2-2, and literally the 54th minute, makes the challenge here. Intricate passing, and this is what I do best, and I love the skill ability that I did this. Now, if you can notice that I would have normal players would have passed it to Suarez and try to take on the defender, but I didn't. I knew that he's not going to get past it, so I put a bit of extra strength, and I went to Neymar, and I just literally set the ball back straight to Suarez, and he just first time top corner again. No shot power, is pure, curl the ball into the corner. There's no reason for you to blast it. Just put it away from where the keeper can't reach it. And, it was 3-2. And he must have been shocked. He must have been shocked. Because to be 2-0 up and then to come to lose at 3-2 in, 54 minutes is a massive shock. And then what's worse is I compounded it with a number of intricate passing. So again, he lost the ball and panicked. Neymar won the ball. I gave it to, and it was really quick passing. Rakitic did the passing to Busquets. I did a bit of a cutback and passed it back. And I knew that Messi would not have time to go back, but I knew that Rakitic also had a great shot. So looking at it, he'd beaten, pretty much put the defenders out of nowhere and just blasted the ball in. And again, you can do that when you're outside the box. It's better to do a full strength shot, but when you're inside the box, it's always good to do a curling shot or some sort of technique shot as opposed to a powerful shot. And that was a great goal. So it was 4-2 now, and he was really piling the pressure on, and I conceded a free kick, as you can tell. I did foul twice, but I'm a bit surprised. A player of his caliber wasn't able to get the free kick on target. I mean, he didn't bother even trying to lob my keeper. You can see Rakitic on the goal line. He didn't even look that way. He just blasted it. My keeper had it covered, of course. But he did have a chance with some. This is a scary part because he's very good at attacking, and Marco Reus, of course, naturally is very skillful. It was literally pure luck that Alba didn't win the ball. I pulled my keeper out. I thought my keeper would get this ball. He did dink it across. But what's worse is that he panicked and he pressed square too early. And of course, naturally, when the player's too early, and I love about FIFA 17 is it's gonna make the player react like in real life. If you overreact quickly and you're not patient with the ball, you just instinctively react without thinking, then you're going to miss the chance. And he just hit the post. He genuinely hit the post, open target, and only Sergio Roberto available. I mean, it's a joke. But Umtiti came in, cleared the ball, and I cleared it. And I literally sighed a relief I was like, thank God for that, man. I didn't want to concede a goal before 4-3. He then eventually quit because I scored a goal at the 84th minute with Piqué with a corner. I ran through the front, literally early ball cross from Neymar, and Piqué headed it to the back post. There's a slight skill involved in that element to do a front header goal, because you're trying to put the ball on the other side, not to the near post, but to the other side of the goal. So you're literally taking the goalkeeper out of the game because he's coming out to rush for it. So yeah, it was eventually finished at 5-2. And he quit at 84 minutes, and we had a chat on PSN, and he was like, he played well as well, and I was like, yeah. So let's go through the player ratings, and I can see that people are asking why I'm playing a FIFA 17, because I actually enjoy it. I prefer FIFA 17 than FIFA 18 at the moment. It's actually better. I prefer FIFA 17 than FIFA 18, honestly. Goals wise, 1 Suarez, 1 Rakitic, 2 Iniesta. Assist wise, Neymar scored. Iniesta assisted 3 times. It was really good. Passing, decent level of passing. Yeah, but I don't prefer it. To answer your question, Mohammed, I don't prefer it. I prefer FIFA 17. In fact, if I was honest hand to heart, I'd prefer FIFA 15. That's the best game. It's more fun. And finally, looking at his formation, you can tell it's a stark difference. But you gotta agree packs are better on FIFA 18. Yeah, I mean the teams Yeah, packs are much better, but yeah, FIFA 15 is a beast. I loved it. It was, you had to be a really, really decent player to play in that game, and I used to dominate in that. Perhaps I should have a game, Hamid, when you have a chance. So going back, yeah, decent passing ratio, but also you can tell that he's switched around a few players on his side. So yeah, final 5-2. Please like and subscribe. And Mohammed, if you want a game, let me know anytime. Cool.